Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day. I'm going to take Ruthless Reflex because I decided rather than do a dodge stacking build with the aspect of Zagreus, I would like to actually try Gilgamesh. I'm in the mood for a Gilgamesh run. So the way Gilgamesh works is when you use his special in a dash, you get this little marker over your opponent. It makes them deal, let's see, what is it? Total of 50% more damage to me, but they take 25% more damage. So I'm probably not going to depend on that too much outside of bosses where I feel like I can reliably dodge enemies. We're going to be taking Ares Keepsake and going for a mErCiFuL end build if we can. We're going to go for 1 level of hard labor, 1 level of lasting consequences, maxing out convenience fee, jury summons 3 levels of extreme measures, maxing out benefits package, middle management, forced overtime, hidden security, damage control, and tight deadline. I'm debating if I want to swap this. Maybe I do take Underworld Customs here. Yeah, let's take that, because we don't have the best way of dealing with damage control. So we'll do this. 7-minute tight deadline I think we can still make happen fairly well enough.
Heroes? Mere mortals, same as all the rest. Someday you shall visit Elysium and meet some of these heroes, and discover that they are quite different than the songs suggest.
Alright, so I agree. Theseus is a bit of a blowhard. Asterius is cool. I like Asterius a lot. Although I don't think he's usually heralded in Greek mythology as a hero.
I was quite pleased to hear again from Nyx of late, my kin.
Oh, I'm so glad for you, Ares. Alright, let's see. Okay, rare tier attack, not bad at all. We like to see that for a mErCiFuL end build. So the way mErCiFuL end builds work is we want Ares on the attack, we want Athena on the special. That sets us up for the duo, but then Athena's dash is kind of the other piece of the puzzle. We need that to really bring out our full damage potential. I was out of dashes there. I swear I was trying to dash. It looks like as long as these ringers don't have enhanced attack speed, it does look like I can fairly easily position behind them. We'll go for the palm here, because a palm on the attack will give us a sizable damage up, probably bump us up what we're at 75. That'll probably take us to like 110 to 120, I would imagine. I think a lot of palms for fixed damage do at least in the realm of 50, if not 80% damage up. The interesting thing about Gilgamesh that I'm now recognizing, because I mean, admittedly, I've run Gilgamesh. I think I've legitimately run Gilgamesh one other time on this entire playthrough. That wasn't a dash-only run. If we're going by dash-only runs, it's probably my most used gauntlet aside from Demeter or Zagreus. Okay, they only gave us 30 more damage on the attack, but it's fine. It's still a sizable damage up, and it'll scale fairly well as we progress. All right, this is kind of an icky room full of, at least they're not damage control spamming, which means we kill them fairly quickly. Again, I'm not going to depend on maim. I feel like it's going to hurt more than help me here if we're kind of slow in our ability to get around. Dionysus. Do I have a reason to want to take Dionysus? The simplest reason is I need a boon to sell, and Dionysus is not on my core list of boons I really need here. Let's think. We want Ares, we want Athena. Artemis wouldn't be bad. The rest kind of don't matter, so I guess I'll take Dionysus here. He has some good support boons, and I'm going to be prone to taking damage, so it's not the worst idea to take some Dionysus here. I think, honestly, Artemis, Aphrodite... You
want to die again?
I could even make an argument for Demeter, just so we get an easier status privilege going. But it's fine. I don't think I aim for Trippy Shot Blackout unless I really feel like it's going to happen. Because for that to work, we're going to need a Hangover Afflicting boon as well as his Trippy Shot.
I hope you're hanging in there, yeah?
Well, let's see what we're offered. Special, Cast, or Positive Outlook. None of these are terribly appealing. Like I said, I really just need a boon to sell. I think you can sell... There are some boons you can get that you can't sell after you get them, but I don't think Positive Outlook is one of them, so we'll take that. And then another palm would be really good. We do have enough coin to afford a god boon, but Sisyphus will help us save time on tight deadline, so I'm going to go for the story room.
Ahoy, what's new, Highness? Please take one of these and go.
All right, coin please. Thank you dearly.
Good idea.
Well said, Boldy. And a gift for our favorite boulder.
What's the latest, Boldy? Had any good tumbles down that hill of late?
All right, let's see. What do you give us today, Boldy? You give us attack damage 3%. Boldy believes in our build, and Artemis is here to agree with that sentiment as well. Awesome. All right. So I think for this room, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize just getting at least one enemy at a time tagged with Doom, and then letting Doom do a bunch of damage after the fact. Like, if I keep my attack trained on them, they will melt, in theory. but I do need to be careful about my lack of dodges. And even with my dodges, my dodge range is reduced with these gauntlets.
Someday, perhaps you'll join me and Callisto for a hunt. But as for now...
All right, Artemis, what have you got? Ooh, a high tier deadly flourish, but I can't fall for that. I need something else. I guess, let's see. Hunting blades we're not going to be building around. Our duo with Athena would be decent. If we deflect projectiles, we get 20% crit chance for 2 seconds. So I want a core boon that leads into that. I think we'd probably have to take Artemis's aid for that, though. Let's see, deadly reversal. Yeah, it's basically any of her core boons that aren't her dash. And we can't take her dash anyway, so we can't take these two. Her cast would probably be the best option because I'd rather keep my call for a better god. Artemis's call really isn't that great, but I guess it's one more boon I could sell potentially, so we'll take it for now. It's some damage. It's just the downside here is by taking an early call when we see Hermes, we're diluting his boon pool. All right, let's see. Quake Cutter. After using your special, deals 90 in an AoE, Concentrated Knuckle, +5 base damage for every consecutive hit. Rending Claws. Maim afflicted foes take 25% more damage, so now we would have a 50% more damage to enemies and move 30% slower. That's not bad. That's a lot of damage for us. It's just I fear that I'm going to get hit and punished for it. Oh well, I'm still taking it. It's funny. We'll have to use Maim at least on the Furies. We'll go for the mid shop here. We can afford a God Boon, and that'll give us something to sell later, which is great. Let's see. Oh, and Zeus. Well, we have our 3 gods, and we need Athena to show up, so I'm going to just take the palm here, I think, and hope that a 4th god doesn't show up. Only 20 damage more on the attack. Those diminishing returns are a fair bit rough, but we have some other boons that we'll want that'll really up our damage potential, namely, of course, Dire Consequences, and more importantly, Impending Doom will be huge potential damages for us, damage ups for us. All right, I can probably maim these louts safely and not get super punished for it. Or I just miss every shot I take. Feels bad, man. I do wonder, is Maim a universal damage steroid like the other universal damage steroids, like with eReaLly, for example? Because that would make it way scarier. Right, I forgot I had Artemis's call, so I was expecting something way better than what just happened. Oh well. The nice thing is, we have enough damage on our Doom procs that I can tag most of these Tartarus enemies and they die, whether I hit them again or not. Dionysus and Artemis showing up here. We do need more boons to sell, and I'm certainly happy to dilute our Underworld Customs pool. Artemis is really easy to contend with against for trials, so we'll take Dionysus first. Premium Vintage now versus Strong Drink. A permanent 3% damage up every floor is really nice. Premium Vintage gives us a small amount of something on one of these 2 boons. It's either going to hit the call, which we know it's going to, or it'll give us like 15 damage on the attack. I think Strong Drink is the better overall option because it's a universal damage buff. Yeah, we'll take that.
You really missed an easy shot here, Zacharias. But I will not. You'll see.
So by the end of the run, we should see at least like an extra 12% damage per se, about, I think, from taking Strong Drink here, which is pretty good in my book. Sorry, I do need to focus a little bit here. There are a lot of things trying to kill me at once, and many of them are Artemis's anger.
I'm sorry.
All right, there we go.
Got to say, you handled yourself pretty well back there. I can't stay mad after a show like that.
Sounds like you're still a little conflicted at least, though. Ooh, a epic tier pressure points. We will very gladly take that. That is a huge damage up for us. And it's not like I really am hunting specifically for any of your boons just yet, especially since Athena isn't even on the table to give us your duo with her. All right. The biggest thing I'm running into with these gauntlets right now is the fact that even though I have a bunch of extra dashes, my attack animations slow the time those dashes come out substantially, and so it does not feel like I have a very reliable means of getting away from damage other than not holding the X button, which I don't want to stop holding the X button, because if I stop holding the X button, I don't do as much damage anymore. I mean, I might have to. Oh, wow. Ooh, things got very shiny when Positive Outlook activated, so we are below 40%. Yep. All right, I do need to be a little bit mindful. All right, this is our end shop. Hopefully we see another good god boon that we actually want. Dionysus here is kind of meh. We don't have a core boon from Dionysus, and frankly, we will never have a core boon from Dionysus. We're not going to get Splitting Headache on this run, because I'm not taking his special, I'm not taking his dash, I'm not taking his attack, and his cast doesn't inflict hangover. So the only way we would be able to get it is if we took his call, which we currently cannot do. I guess I'll just take the Hermes here and see what we get.
Here's the fee.
Quick Favor, Second Wind, Hyper Sprint. Definitely go for Hyper Sprint here because we're always going to be dashing, so that 30% damage reduction when we are out coming for the 5.5 seconds out of a dash, that's great for us. I think I'd probably take the HP here. I'm just a little nervous going into the Furies about losing a Death Defiance. Will set us up a little bit poorly for our mid shop, end shop in Asphodel, but we'll make it work. Alright, I'm going to try and use Maim on this boss and see how it works. And if it's a mistake, then I've learned my lesson for later. Ooh, gosh, that does a lot of damage. I guess if we crit with Maim, that's going to hurt a fair bit. We actually crit on our... we crit on our cast there, and it did 150 damage. Alright, I think we can Maim her. Unless I get hit like this. Oh, dash out of the way. Alright, we're fine. Good. Maim pops. We take a whole lot of damage that was unnecessary. And I'm going to bail out here. Never mind, she's dead. Doom does the rest. I was going to bail out there because I didn't think I could block all of her attacks there.
Glad that's over.
Alright, I took a lot of damage, and Strong Drink will help make up for that a fair bit. We do have a level of Lasting Consequences, though. But, yeah, that was basically a full heal, so, alright, cool.
Keepsakes hold power.
So now we're going to go ahead and force Athena, and that'll be our fourth god for the run, right? Because we have Dionysus, we have Artemis, we have Ares. We're going the or the add build, where we have 3 A's and 1 D. As far as what we sell here, really not our ideal pool of purging. Again, ideally we could have sold Positive Outlook. I'm not going to waste a reroll here because those rerolls are going to be very important later on in the run, especially since I took God's Pride for higher tier boons. Of all the boons here to purge, I really do not want to let go of Strong Drink, so I think I am going to let go of Pressure Points. It feels a bit of a mistake, but actually, you know what? I could let go of Artemis's Call just as well. I'm going to roll. I have 2 boons that I would much rather sell.
Got anything else?
Artemis's Egg or Positive Outlook. I'm going to let go of Positive Outlook. It's just Artemis's Aid is decent here right now. It really isn't, actually, but it holds a core boon slot that we could use for something else. It does, again, limit our ability to get Rush Delivery, which is a bit of a bummer, but I think we're fine. All right, on to Asphodel. I hopefully took Athena's Keepsake, but I'm pretty sure I did. If I didn't, I'm going to cry because that basically throws the run a little bit, but far be it from me to not throw a run this early into the run. All right, cool. We've got the Owl Pendant, so let's see Athena show up, hopefully give us her dash. I don't know, do I want her special more or her dash? I probably want her special because we need as many chances to get, what's it called? We need as many chances as we can get to get mErCiFuL End. So getting those dashes now, or getting her special now would be better because we can't get mErCiFuL End from her dash. For mErCiFuL End to show up, you very specifically need a attack or special boon, one of each from Ares and from Athena. Where are these dragon heads ending up? They're kind of wandering all over the place. There we go. All right, let's see. Hermes, Palm, or HP. I think we just go for the Hermes again. What have you got here? Coin. That's kind of appealing. I'm going to risk it. It's a bit of a waste of time on the tight deadline, but
Come forth, wretches.
if we get
stop this meddler.
if we do get mErCiFuL End, we won't have any issues making tight deadline the rest of the run, and the coin will allow us to afford a god boon. So I think it's worth it. I genuinely believe it worth it. Maim doing 600 damage is kind of nice, not gonna lie. And Ruthless Reflex has probably saved us a number of hits. Stop running away, you coward! Oh man, he wasted a lot of time there.
Worthless wretches.
Not yet.
Alright, let's see. So we go for the Hermes here. We hope for Rush Delivery. That would be incredibly good for us. But I'm only going to use 1 reroll here because there is the chance of seeing a Styx Hermes, and I need to make sure that I have rolls left for the gods that I really need it on. most importantly, I would say honestly Athena probably has more to offer us than Ares right now. Ares still offers a lot, mind you, because we need Impending Doom. Impending Doom will increase our overall damage on the attack, on the Doom damage by a solid, I want to say, at least 60%. Yeah, it's at least 60%, and then it scales up to 70, I want to say, with higher tiers. Maybe 75 if you get the heroic, but we're not going to go for heroic on that of all boons. Unfortunately, damage control spawning and spamming enemies with armor are rough for Gilgamesh because I can't very easily kill them quickly. Gilgamesh does have a lot of hits, but they don't come out in fast order compared to most of the other gauntlets.
Nothing left here.
Gilgamesh is a lot slower.
Hey, what's it gonna be this time, boss?
Speaking of fast though, Hermes. Hermes, come on now, you know what you want to give, please. Please. Oh, unlucky. I kind of want to use another reroll and hope for it. See, this is what I mean though, like 2 of my boons here are because I have a call. If I didn't have a call here, I would have been offered other things. I'm rerolling, I'm doing it. It's a mistake, it's definitely... Can you hear me smiling, Kiwi? Because it was not a mistake. We just got 100% damage up every time we dash. There's our Athena room. I probably should go for the mid shot for tight deadline, but I'm going for the Athena room. I have some wiggle room, and we really need to start setting up for mErCiFuL End now that we can. This rush delivery damage, though, quite nice, very nice. Love it, love to see it. Always happy to have it. Yes, phenomenal. Oh, so let's talk about something that's happening in real life. So this is going to take the video a little bit on Hades. I have just finished re-recording the final episode of my Pokemon playthrough. And Kiwi's probably the only one who's actually following this playthrough, but
I shall not keep
1 second.
you, Zagreus, except to offer you my power to improve your chances of escape.
I decided to, in typical fashion, include some casual voice acting. I don't want to reroll here. I really need to save this last reroll for when we can actually get the duo, but the fact that she's not offering us her special really hurts here. I'll take her dash because we need it. It's a great survival tool. It's not a bad thing to have. But we can't get... We can't actually get mErCiFuL End yet because she didn't give us her special. So we're gonna go Ares anyway because we still do need Impending Doom. I kind of wish we had gone that Artemis room. I hate this mini-boss so much. Wait for her to do this, and then I can get the maim on her. Alright. I'm mostly just trying to maim the Skull Crusher here. I think I'm dashing too far away to get the damage on him. Oh, I got him. Did I just pop him with Boldy? I think maim made Boldy's damage increase, which, if that's the case, I guess it is a universal damage buff. That's pretty cool. Maybe Rush Delivery affected him too. If that's the case, then oh my goodness, that poor Skull Crusher did not stand a chance. Alright. Impending Doom 70%, that's huge. That's gonna make our attack damage or our Doom damage do so much more. Assuming we get mErCiFuL End, which we kind of know what we're in for. I took God's Pride, it's not showing up, we know it. Anyway, so in my Pokemon playthrough, I decided to, I couldn't figure out a voice for Cynthia. I wanted her to feel extremely threatening. And you know what I landed on that made a lot of sense to me? I voiced her kind of like a mixture of Imperfect Cell and Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. But then I decided, no, I want her to be, she does not deserve Imperfect Cell. She's not kind of like this half-baked threat. She is a full-baked threat. She is Frieza. She is a Frieza stand-in. At least I want to make her that way. Like, obviously that's not how she's written actually, but my childhood memories of her wrote her that way, I guess is how I would describe it. And so I wanted to recreate that I don't know if PTSD is the correct way to describe it, but you know, those feelings of Cynthia is terrifying, she is a threat. I'm not going to go hunting for the fish because I don't know where it is, and we do need to be mindful of tight deadline. And so I voiced her like Frieza, and my most recent episode, my finale is a bit of a mess in all honesty.
I got the message that you need assistance, Zagreus.
I think I was really tired the day I recorded it, and I had a really honestly kind of boring fight against Cynthia. I was desperately struggling not to lose a single Pokemon in her fight, and as a result I'm kind of like heal stalling with items because I didn't ban them in my playthrough. And like, it's just, I honestly had to cut out a section of it because there's a section where I spend like a good 10-15 minutes just spamming healing items, and it doesn't. I don't think anyone wants to watch that, frankly. I don't want to watch that, and I'm sure Kiwi won't mind because Kiwi's just using these videos as a sleep aid, so it makes sense for her. But realistically speaking, I wasn't happy with that, so I pared down a little bit. But the reason why I'm actually really happy about this finale is because, like I said, I re-recorded my lines for Cynthia because I was unsatisfied with how the voice I gave her originally sounded. And my goodness, practicing Frieza's voice was so much fun, and it came out sounding really good.
Good work, my friend.
Like, I'm going to probably upload a shorter version of that finale of just the lines I voiced for Cynthia, because I want to show off what my practice, how my practice paid off. I also added some like ad-libbing or improv, I suppose. Really, we're just getting all of the Ares boons and none of the Athenas, unfortunately. I will take this though. Blood Frenzy, we are inevitably going to die in Hades' chamber, if nothing else, and that's a pretty sizable damage up against whatever we're fighting. Anyway, so the point I'm trying to make is I tried to recreate Martin Bellini's, or Little Karibo's, Frieza from Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and I think I nailed it, or at least I got close to it. Like, I do not have any experience acting, I don't have any practice voice acting or any formal training. The closest thing I had was Kiwi kind of directing my voice to say, I bet it would sound better if you did this, or these would be some funny lines to add to the dialogue, and that was the extent of it. And that may have been the extent of it, but it was enough. Kiwi, I for some reason I think it makes more sense. It makes plenty of sense. I am so much more extra with my voices. I am so much more like, I don't know how to, like, extra is kind of the word for it, but I like to think of it as I am so much more when I am performing for Kiwi. I become so much more with Kiwi's influence, I suppose. Eesh. Hold on one second. I need to focus a little bit as to not lose a Death Defiance here. I ran out of dashes, darn it.
No.
Ruthless Reflex is probably blocking a fair bit of damage, but I wouldn't have minded the 4th dash, honestly. I wish I could see the numbers. How much damage did Ruthless Reflex block? Or dodges as a whole? But we definitely have damage, if nothing else. But anyway, so I voiced Cynthia, and so I still have to edit it in. I have to pick which lines I want to keep, which lines I want to get rid of. But overall, I'm very happy with the final product, and I very much intend to
crossed through all of Asphodel's defenses.
Upload that as a separate video. So if you want to wait a little bit, I'm sure that will come out eventually. It probably won't be at the end of Pokemon. I already have my next series after Pokemon planned out, and mostly fully recorded at this point. It's a shorter game, so it doesn't last very long. But look forward to that, although I guess when this video comes out, everyone will already know what it is. It's Grease. I have had a phenomenal time with that game. Now, what do I take here? I did lose a Death Defiance. I really need more Athena to show up. Do I take Coin Purse here? I probably take Coin Purse so I can afford a boon. Alternatively, is there anything else that would really benefit me here? I don't think I'm going to lose all my Death Defiances, and Patroclus can help make up the difference a little bit, I think. If I do... Yeah, let's go Coin Purse. That'll hopefully let us buy something fun. Nothing here I want. Alright.
Should I take the trade?
Do I really have to sell pressure points again? I do. Well, I guess I didn't have to sell it before, but I'm selling it this time because I can't give up Curse of Agony and I can't give up Impending Doom. So sadly, we part ways with pressure points, but now we have a lot of coin. We can hopefully afford to buy some really good boons later on. Pardon me. So anyway, so I just the way I was voicing Cynthia, it was interesting because basically I couldn't get the voice I was aiming for without like saying something threatening, which on its own just seemed really funny to me. I'm gonna take the Dionysus boon here because maybe it'll be a boon we can sell. Oh good, Shielders, my favorite enemy type. I'm gonna try and get behind them and then get what damage I can. Shielders, I'm just, well, case in point, I am very prone against to taking damage against, and with Forced Overtime, they can get their attacks off way faster, so melee weapons are kind of rough, but I can't stand to be super slow against them because of tight deadline. So, oh my goodness, I dashed really far because there was a barrier in my way. There we go. All right. Basically, if I can get the cheeky attacks in before they switch to their, before they turn around, we should be fine. But I do need some practice against. This is so lame. I can't hit that because it's behind a barrier and melee attacks are blocked by even the thinnest of walls in this game. I do have a minor gripe with that, I would say. There we go. All right, oof, this was a really slow chamber. We're still making decent time, though. Drunken Flourish, Trippy Shot, and a high-tier premium vintage. We'll take that for the HP it offers, and palm level on our attack. Nice. Second hammer versus Artemis. Now, I probably take Artemis and lock in her cast. The reason for that, we'll probably see another hammer offered in Elysium. Not guaranteed, but there's a decent chance. And then there's also a chance it shows up in Styx later, if not. Artemis, on the other hand, if we lock in her attack, makes it much more likely that Athena will offer us her special, because she does have some tier 1 boons that she can offer aside from core boons, and I want to be mindful about that fact. Because if those show up and I can't get her special, we're basically never going to see mErCiFuL end, and we barely have a chance at it as it is. But it's funny. It would be funny. The last time I ran Gilgamesh legit instead of a dash-only challenge was trying to build mErCiFuL end, and I didn't get it then either. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. All right, teleporting chariot's my favorite. Trying to hug the barrier so I can kite them across it, but unfortunately they said nope, we see your game, and dove around them. Deadly Flourish, Hunter's Mark, pressure points. Crit chance versus crit chance. Since our only way to activate Hunter's Mark right now is our call, and we're probably going to sell that sooner than later, I take pressure points back again. At least it's epic tier again. See, now we get the hammer. I don't really care so much about Dionysus boons. Artemis boons, though, stand a chance to give us a lot of extra benefit, so I wanted to take those. Oh shoot! You know what? I didn't take Artemis's call. Oh well, it's fine. I don't want to take Dionysus's call because it'll make it so I can't use Boiling Blood. That's kind of awkward. The main reason I took Artemis in the first place I didn't go for. Look, they gave me a very appealing looking. They gave me a very appealing boon. I think my best answer to, when you're running a melee build and you're running up against flame chariots, your best answer to them is to just kite them around walls and have them self-destruct. Alright, Concentrated Knuckle, Flying Cutter, or Quake Cutter. We'll take Concentrated Knuckle. I'm attacking fairly regularly on enemies. We'll take the shop here as well. It's the mid shop, I'm pretty sure, but we can get a boon here potentially. I'm gonna go for the mystery boon. Yes.
Hey, you hanging in there, yeah?
No, I'm not. Dionysus, please, stop stealing spots from Athena. Do I take Trippy Shot is really the question I have to ask now, because the fewer chances of Athena offering us boons we don't want, the better. It really would be preferable to get either Athena or, well, definitely not Athena, but it would be preferable to get Artemis's cast, because it's the only cast that doesn't make us lose something from Athena or our Boiling Blood. But I think I'll just take Positive Outlook here. I'm not wasting a reroll, that's for sure. All right, Dionysus with a mini-boss. Man, Dionysus is just really forcing his way in here. I might just end up taking Trippy Shot, honestly. Do I take this Palm? I think I saved my coin for another shop. I'm not going to do the Charon trial here because I will lose a Death Defiance. He hits for 80s. No, he hits for 40s, I think, but he can't hit for an 80. All right, we maim this so that we can get some extra damage. We can get Boiling Blood on it, so we do a whole lot of extra damage. And now look at us just melt this butterfly ball. Poor thing never stood a chance. Couldn't even get its friends resurrected. Never mind. Well, I tried to taunt it about its friends, but oh well. I unfortunately got caught on the edge and couldn't dash across it for some reason. I probably ran out of dashes, realistically speaking, but there we go.
Butterflies. Ugh.
Trippy Shot After Party. So we're just getting all of Dionysus's support boons. All of them are easy to sell, though, so I guess there's no harm in taking them. Can't take a special. Again, I consider Trippy Shot. I don't consider Trippy Shot worth it, but it may screw us over later for leaving this cast slot open, and we are just not seeing a single Athena boon. Well, I guess it makes sense. I didn't take her Owl Pendant, but still, there is like 0 chance we're getting mErCiFuL end. I have enough HP. Let's go for the let's go for the Palm here. But like, even if we don't see mErCiFuL end, I would like to have an option for getting her for her Death Defiance refunds. And I forget. I think it's her aid that blocks you out of getting them, not her dash. So we can still get her Death Defiances at least. Thankfully, these chariots don't have armor, so as long as I don't sit in front of them and just hide behind them, they won't be able to attack me easily. That little flame chariot, though, on the other hand, let's kite things around a little bit. Fortunately, when 2 are stacked up next to each other, it's hard to position behind both of them. There we go. All right, this one's dead. This one's almost dead. And now it should pop, and Athena call to finish the day. There we go. All right, let's see. Ooh, another level up in Impending Doom. That's exactly why I took the palms, because at this point we have a lot of diminishing returns on our attack. But Impending Doom, it adds up. It adds up very quickly. More damage to armor isn't a bad idea, but I'll skip it. There's Patroclus to give us a Death Defiance. This is worth 360 coin. It's worth taking.
We were invincible. Hello again.
Hello. I see you were lamenting Achilles being away on business. A shame.
It's good to see you once again, stranger. Now...
Oops, sorry, I cut him off. So the timer's paused here. I just want to point out a weird little design choice. There are arrows just embedded in the walls here. Why? I don't think they're fighting in this. And maybe they're a leftover from a previous fight. I don't know. Either way, coin or palm. I mean, if I take coin, if we get a lucky sticks, we could afford to buy a bunch of boons that would really help us. I'm probably gonna go for the coin now because diminishing returns on attack and Impending Doom are adding up, I imagine. All right, flame chariots. Let's just kite you around this wall, or not. Unfortunately, we do not have a good chance. Oh, okay, here we go. We can use this to kite them. So come make friends. As long as I don't mash my dashes, I can pretty reliably get away from these guys. And if I time my dash correctly, they can't hit me either, even if they're point blank, because my Athena's dash just does so much for damage reduction. Meaning, more so specifically, it gives you a ton of iframes. Oh, didn't see that one, unfortunate. I just wait for these, oh my goodness, there are so many flame chariots. Calm down, guys. Oh my goodness. Ay. Can we not? Can we stop? Can we stop? Can we please stop? Okay, there we go. That should be all of them. Oh my goodness, there were so many flame chariots there, but I handled that pretty well. I did take some damage, but the entire chamber was literally flame chariots, except for 2 void stones. My goodness. All right, give me a good fish here, please. Actually, what do I care about the fish anymore? I've got all the things they give us pretty much. Although, I think there are some fish in Chaos's realm that I haven't completed the codex entries on yet.
Cut me a calf.
I suppose that'll come with time. All right, Chaos Boon versus what are we offered here? Let me guess. Ooh, oh, it's the shop. So I have every reason to take this Chaos Gate because there's nothing that I will miss out on. The only downside is if I get a really bad Chaos Curse, it's going to screw us over for the heroes Something Fierce. So I have to be very mindful about what I take here. Hopefully it's something that's like, don't use your special.
When I conceived the world and the immortal son of Hades, I did not expect you would be standing here before me now.
All right, what do we get? Dash strike, attack, or HP? So, you know what? This is actually really forgiving. I don't want to use this because obviously attack is our biggest source of damage, but to be giving it up for the heroes, not worth it. And there aren't any traps to contend with in the heroes, but I guess I am using my dash strike a fair bit. This isn't a bad option either. I think I'm going to take the HP. The reason for this is I'm not going to really worry about not getting coin from the bosses. I'm not going to worry about losing coin from the first 2 chambers of Styx. So this is super forgiving. Although more damage is nice, I think the 51 HP is very appealing here. That's 2 Centaur Hearts. It's worth it, I think, in my book. And then, oh, look at that. Finally an Athena boon. We take the guaranteed Athena because we need as much Athena to show up as possible now.
In the name of Hades.
And there's her special. I would love to... Actually, I don't need to take this because I have all my Death Defiances thanks to Patroclus. So, all right, special it is. Now, all we need in Styx is a whole bunch of Ares or Athena. If those guys show up, we have at least 1 reroll and a decent chance, at least from Ares, to give us the duo. We'll see. I am not holding my breath. I know how RNG works with this game. But the most important thing is now we can, in fact, get our
main event.
Our mErCiFuL end.
You return at your peril, Hellspawn. You'll get no quarter here.
Let's all say it together, but what about a nickel, a dime, or a penny? I'd even take maybe a silver dollar. That would be fancy. All right, I'm gonna go for Asterius first. Probably shouldn't maim him, but I am anyway. Oh, and I immediately get punished for that. What a surprise. Whoop, I got really punished for that. That was, those were avoidable hits.
God smite you.
All right, I think I just, oh my goodness, I am taking far too much damage for my liking here. I should probably pop Boldy. I knew he was gonna charge, so I got ready for it. Get some good hits on him there. I don't think I'm going to maim Asterius. I think I can definitely get away with maiming Theseus. Oh no, not this again. Well, I still got hit. Like, that's the thing. Gilgamesh's dashes are so slow that even most dashes you have like an endless uptime, even especially with Athena's dash. but it doesn't feel like that's the case here. I am probably going to lose a second Death Defiance here. I'm going to wait for Greater Call on a... Oh, well. I am eating it on this run. And we're going to get hit by that again. Cool. This is going swimmingly, Kiwi. Honestly, I'm going to drop a Sisyphus. I can't believe I lost 2 Death Defiances.
Your presence is a stain upon Elysium.
I have a lot of time to play around here. Okay, we've got Greater Call. I'm going to get near Asterius and just pop him with it. Oh, I should have maimed him first. That would have done so much damage to him, but by Asterius. Oh my goodness. I am kind of surprised by the amount of damage I just dealt to Asterius, but I guess we got all the crits. I'm trying to maim Theseus because I can pretty reliably keep behind him and not get tagged by anything that hurts too much, I imagine. As long as I don't stand in front of him.
We can take more than that.
Oh, well, thankfully that didn't hit me, but oof, I could have gotten hit by that pretty bad, and that would have hurt. That would have killed me again, I think. There we go. Okay, Theseus is phased. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and maim him, and then I'm going to just wail on him with claws.
Lady Aphrodite, I invoke your aid.
I just need to make sure I don't get hit by too much of this. And finish him with an Artemis Call, and there we go. Alright, that was a very messy Heroes fight, unfortunately.
On my authority. Hello, supportive shade.
On the bright side, though, there is no bright side.
Elysium ought to be harder to escape than that.
We'll take Acorn like usual. I don't need to heal because, well, you know, what is it? Strong Drink is so good.
Boons for coin.
Giving up 9%. Oh, wait. Ooh, you know, After Party. Nah, let's let go of After Party. I definitely want to keep the 9% damage from Strong Drink. It's just, every bit of damage adds up to a lot. I think what this taught me, though, is I need to be very careful about who I maim, since I knew I was prone to getting hit by Asterius, but that was even worse than I expected. So I probably will not maim Hades unless he's using, like, lasers or something, so I know I'm safe. Alright, will we see Ares and Athena on this floor? Let's see. Nothing in the shop. And 1 Athena boon altogether in the entire pool of sticks. So here's what we're going to do. Did we get a Hermes? We didn't even get a Hermes. Oh my goodness, this shop sucks. This is an awful sticks. There is almost 0 chance we're going to see mErCiFuL end, which isn't a surprise. We knew what we were in for. I have 1 reroll at least. Guaranteed this is what's going to happen. She's not going to offer mErCiFuL end. She's going to offer a Death Defiance. I'm going to get greedy for mErCiFuL end, reroll, and then get nothing. Literally nothing of value. But we'll see. We will see. I will take this HP first because I think that will benefit me more in the long run. We need to be a little bit tankier where we can. So yeah, I think most importantly though is I do not use my maim on anything other when I'm in Hades specifically. I don't use my maim effects aside from potentially when Hades is lasering or summoning pots. The issue here is I don't know if his pot damage gets enhanced by maim or not, and we have hide and security on, so even without it being enhanced, we are going to take, what is it in the realm of, we're going to take 100 and, could you please take the poison cure, Zagreus? If we get hit by a pot in the Hades fight, we are going to take a solid 150 damage just immediately, and we really would not like to see that if we could avoid it. I mean, here's the thing, like, I'm gonna be, oh, hey, Tony. Oh, yay, it's Tony. We're definitely not maiming you, bud. Or I guess you like to really run away, and I could play super cheesy if I wanted to. This is probably a mistake, considering now I have to keep my distance. Where are you? Wow, that maim did 800 damage, though. Alright, if you're summoning friends, that's a free chance for me to hurt ya. And then we bail out. We kill your friends, because your friends are as scary as you are, Tony. I should probably just save up Greater Call. Greater Call melted Asterius. That was actually surprisingly more helpful than I'm willing to give Artemis's Call credit for, because I genuinely consider it one of the worst calls in the game. But it can work. It can certainly work. Tony, on the other hand, I think I'm just going to maim him, because this is the mentality of kill something faster than it kills me. And Tony can kill me extremely fast. I think, oh my goodness, he is by far one of the hardest mini-bosses to contend with when you are dealing with, when you have, okay, Artemis's Call was Did you see that? Artemis's call was like, "Where's my target? Where's my target? I can't find my target." It found its target, but it was doing laps across the room there. That was interesting. I didn't. That's cool to know. So that I imagine that's kind of how support fire works too, where it just keeps homing until it finds a target to home or the encounter ends. Interesting interaction there. Never knew. Let's see. I'll probably buy that HP in a palm. Honestly, the Artemis boon isn't terrible here. Actually, you know what? We buy the Artemis boon now because that'll make it so we get her cast. Now we don't have to worry about Athena offering her cast. Gives us our single best chance at getting the Athena boons we want. And I may as well take this HP now because we'll heal it back with the fountain. All right, I'm gonna hope for the 2 chamber sticks. Knowing how our RNG has been so far, it's almost guaranteed not to be, but I don't foresee myself losing a Death Defiance here unless I get clipped by a trap. If I get clipped by a trap, I'm going to like immediately lose a Death Defiance because the guillotines in particular do a very, very nasty, very solid 150 damage. But yeah, the same thing with Hades pots. At minimum, they're doing 150 with heightened security on. The real question is, do they do even more damage if I maim him? And realistically speaking, I just think I'm settling into the mindset of I'm not gonna maim Hades unless I really need to. Because it's too risky. It's frankly just too risky. It could throw the run if I get hit by he gets 50% damage enhanced on top of everything else.
Useful here.
Would have loved to see a Death Defiance here. Hydrolite. I can make a strong argument for buying the Hydrolite right now. Nail of Talos actually would help me if this gets into Hades. I'm gonna take that, I think. Realistically speaking, we're gonna get the minimum 3 chamber sticks, so it's not gonna we're not gonna see that sort of benefit, but there's a chance that we do, and it would be huge for us because one of the I always say it, Hades' first phase is the phase that I have the most trouble against because I get distracted by the things he summons, and if he gives us things that are really tanky because they have a ton of armor, then yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of damage there. All right, I'm just gonna let you die to doom. There we go.
No use.
All right. 2 chamber sticks, please, 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 please. Oh, we got it. Thank goodness.
In the name of Hades.
Come on. All right. Like I said, she gives us 1 Death Defiance offer. I'm going to reroll, and we're not going to see mErCiFuL end. Here we go.
How about a different set of choices?
Oh, you mother... Oh, I had hope for a moment. Hey, look what we got. Remember that other duo boon whose name we dropped a while back? That we weren't building around, but figured why not take it if we got it? Well, here it is. Deadly Reversal. After you deflect, briefly gain a 20% chance to deal critical damage. Well, yet again,
Just the foul sack I need.
I decided to run Gilgamesh legitimately. And am punished for what I wanted. Oh well. We're not going to take extra chambers here. There's no benefit to doing so that I think would have lasting benefit for us.
The prince compels the multi-headed hound to let him pass.
We have 326 HP and a Death Defiance. Realistically speaking, I'm gonna really have to try to lose this. And you know me, Kiwi, I don't have to try that hard, realistically speaking, but I'm salty. I'm so salty. Right, this is like the 3rd run we've had where it's that kind of mentality.
Perhaps the blasted fates shall favor me for once.
Hades, I have bad news for you, bud. But hey, whether we get the boon or not, I mean, it would have been cool. We would have been doing... Our DPS would have been insane if we had gotten it. I immediately go for the rend, or the maim, and like I hadn't even concepted it. You know what? Honestly, it's not a bad idea to use it here because I have Acorn and I won't get punished for it. Of course, if he darknesses away when I finally use it on him, he doesn't get hit by the Doom or the maim because he clears all debuffs or curses or anything that's stuck to him. Like, I maimed him again. He's darknessing as soon as I maim him. It's kind of really cheeky of him there. All right, I don't care. I don't care that I'm losing Acorn. I'm just gonna go for it. All right, we got an Archer. Archers are fair enough to deal with. But they're a right pain because they are very prone to consuming my my Acorn. So our Evergreen Acorn has officially used up all charges. All right, he has been maimed. I'm going for it. Thankfully, we did block that with our dash. Okay, you know what? This is fine. This is our DPS without mErCiFuL End. Could you imagine what it would have been with mErCiFuL End? Pretty nuts. And we almost have Greater Call now, which is even more fun. I'm probably going to use it just to end this phase, because he's got enough friends that are doing it. This gives me iframes, which is really why I use it there.
This is assisting our domain.
So what I did there is, so if you didn't know, both your Greater Call and your Chthonic Keepsakes, the cutscene that plays where you're kind of like channeling them, gives you iframes, so you can get out of damage for free if you time them right. I didn't know that initially, and it has been such a game changer to use effectively. All right, he's going for lasers immediately, which means I get a ton of free damage here. Like, look at that damage. And more damage because he's potting on us. All right, again, pots don't one-shot us, but they may as well. This is a really nasty position for me. Yep, there it is. I got clipped. I just barely got clipped by that pot. Unfortunate. I'm dropping Sisyphus here because I think I'm going to get hit. Nope. Never mind. I didn't. All right, I need to be extra careful about pots more than anything, but I do think a good Artemis... Ruthless Reflex, though. I've dodged a bunch of hits with it. Gotta love it. All right. I'd probably finish him off with Artemis's call here. Like so.
Keep this up.
Yes, I can keep this up.
Oh, why? I was much stronger once than this.
Yeah, I mean, did you see those numbers at the end there? We just melted his last phase.
I cannot remain.
I would say overall, Gilgamesh is my least favorite of the gauntlets. Actually, no, Talos is my least favorite of the gauntlets. But Gilgamesh doesn't really feel that great to play, in my opinion. You get hit a lot. Ruthless Reflex must have hard carried us, especially in that Hades fight, I would argue. It carried me very hard there, because it blocked a lot of damage. 50% dodge chance when you're constantly dodging or dashing is pretty incredible. But let's be honest, I gave up all my rerolls for mErCiFuL End to get Rush Delivery. Was it worth it? Honestly, kind of. We did lose out on the fun of mErCiFuL End, though. But hey, Deadly Reversal is here. Let's go ahead and honor our Curse of Agony. Actually, hold on, wait. Let's put Impending, where is it? Impending Doom? There we go. And then Curse of Agony. So not nearly as strong as, oh, this bothers me. Hold on one second. This is an OCD thing. If you've ever played Hades, you probably know exactly what I'm contending with. So let's go Deadly Reversal, and then it was Rush Deliver. Where is it? There it is. Rush Delivery, Impending Doom, and Curse of Agony. There we go. Just looks a little bit better that way, right, Kiwi? Although my brain is like, but that's not the Order of the Rainbow. That's not the Order of the Rainbow. Deadly Reversal should be at the bottom. Actually, that one's easy to fix. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. That doesn't actually make my brain happier. I'm going to stop now. I'm being really fussy for no reason. All right. 124 win streak. Not bad.
I'll take that.
That was definitely a rough start.
What lurks in the waters of the surface.
A pretty devastatingly strong end, though, and despite my misgivings with Artemis's call, it honestly saved us in the heroes. Those were some really solid crits, a ton of damage.
Got a bite.
And it did just the same in Hades. So you know what? All right, you know what, Artemis, your Greater Call is amazing. It's really solid, I guess. I don't know if I'd still call it amazing, but it's very solid. Individual call, kind of sucks. Still.
Before, the surface-seeking prince encounters setbacks far too hideous to be described.
Again?
Genuinely, though, I completely forgot that Deadly Reversal was on the table as a duo boon option, and I had a brief moment of, oh my goodness, I got what I wanted, and then it's just the sheer rug pull.
Even faster.
Oh my goodness, that hurt me a little bit inside. I felt a part of me die.
Looks like you have everything under control. Nice work, Hypnos.
All right.
I didn't think you had it in you, boy.
I love that little byline he did with Thanatos gone going.
Have your back, no matter what.
All right, Kiwi, let's do our house roundup, and most importantly, look forward to that finale of Pokemon.
I must admit, that was a job well done back there.
I will honestly timestamp the Cynthia bits just to be able to find them easily.
Notoriously vicious Cerberus is watching quietly his master's court.
But I'm also going to,
How's my favorite boy doing, huh?
I will also make just probably maybe a separate episode of just like the highlights of my voice acting through that series, because there are some good moments in there. They're not all there's probably more
Oh, hello, Zacharias.
mediocre to lackluster than not, but there are some genuine highlights.
Hey, not bad, head chef.
I had so much fun just completely not giving a shit about about Cyrus's voice and giving him the stupidest voice possible.
Remain unseen, my child.
Especially for his all the existential drivel that he
Take care of yourself, okay, Prince?
the end of the world existential drivel that he spouts. It's so funny to give him just the like, oh my goodness kind of voice. Like my voice is shot, so like that voice is for some reason really hard to do without clipping the mic. Like both clipping the mic, it's easier to pull off if I'm loud with it, but then I clip the mic. So it's one of those I need to improve my recording setup, honestly, because even this talking at baseline, I'm seeing my mic spike into the red. Part of it is because my mic has just decided that its gain function doesn't matter. Like I currently have its gain set to 0, and I'm sitting about a half foot to a foot away from the microphone, and I'm still peaking, which is really frustrating because I don't know, Kiwi. Nice. Be that as it may, I think that's it for today's episode. So I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, hold on one second, I want to switch weapons. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one for some more come on, Skelly, die a little faster. Die a little faster, Skelly. We'd like to have you in the outro for some more Hades fun.
Sweet release.
I love you, Kiwi. See you next time.